everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today, in the middle of summer, we're going to talk about summer camp. Woo! This is designed by Phil Walker Harding and is published by Buffalo Games.
Yeah, this theming is perfect for this time of year. If you have ever been to a summer camp, you know that it's all about getting these merit badges, participation badges, all those different things from all the different activities that you're doing. This is a deck building style game. There's 7 different badges in this game that you're trying to win, but you're only going to play with 3 of them at a time. So every time you're going to have a different style setup, and you're going to race through, try to get as many badges as possible, as fast as possible, so they're worth more points. Let me give you a quick overview of how to play. All right, here is our setup for summer camp. Basically, what we're going to do is we have 7 different badges we are trying to earn, and we're going to choose 3 of them before the game. So today I chose randomly friendship, cooking, and then adventure. What's going to happen is you're going to shuffle up those decks, and you're going to put 2 of each ones out there. Those are cards that you can buy. And then also at the beginning of the game, we're going to lay out cards that are always involved. So over here we have free time, we have s'mores, and we have the scavenger hunt. Those are going to be some cards that are kind of basic deck building cards, things that allow you to move along the tracks, gain extra energy, which is our purchasing power, or to kind of refresh our hands. Our goal is to get our little hikers, our little movers here, all the way across to the end of the board. So what's going to happen is if you finish off an entire row, you are going to get a badge of that particular thing. So in this case, if we were to get all the way across the end of the top board here, we're going to get our friendship badge. And they're kind of stacked by number. So if you're the first one to get it done, you're going to get more points than someone who does it later on in the game. This board is made up of 9 different individual tiles, and what you can do is you can set it up however you want, randomly, and there's also kind of benefits that happen across the board as well. So by setting it randomly, each time, each path is going to be a little bit different. So you have 300 tracks you're going on, and you're trying to get to the end of each one. You could just rush ahead to the end of the first one to make sure you get the most amount of points for that friendship token, let's say. But there's also these participation tokens, as well as the Camp All-Star tokens that are going to be awarded to whoever gets all 3 of their meeples across that bridge and all 3 of their meeples across that bridge first. So depending on how you want to do it, maybe you want to move all of them kind of equally along there, or maybe you want to sprint across one at a time and kind of prioritize that way. You do have a starting hand of 10 cards. You have 7 of these lights out cards. And then you also have 1 each of the 3 different rows of move 1 on that particular track. So for instance, we've got our new friend, which moves on our friendship track. We have our kitchen chores, which moves us up on the cooking path. And we have the tire swing that moves us up on the adventure track. So every single time you play, you're going to be playing with 7 of those lights out, plus 1 of the move 1 cards from each one of your badges that you're going for. When you are buying a card, it's going to look like this. Basically, it shows on the bottom left how much energy it's going to cost to buy that. So in order to get mountain biking, it's going to cost 8 of your energy. Also, at the end of the game, it's going to be worth 2 victory points. In this case, whatever's on the bottom right. Its ability is whatever's in the middle. This one says move 3 spaces along the adventure path. So this card is going to be very, very powerful as far as moving you quickly along that bottom adventure path here. So that's going to be very valuable. Each one of these decks has a different kind of a specialty to it, a different thing that it's good at. So for instance, the camping one is really good about energy tokens. Specifically, so for instance, we have our little snack bar tokens over here. We start the game with 1 of these, and these are basically additional purchase power in addition to what's going to be in our hands of cards. But additionally, a lot of the cards in this cooking deck are going to be very good about giving you a whole lot of those snack bar tokens, which is going to make your purchasing power very, very strong. Also, any card in your hand can be discarded instead of doing what it actually says to be used for 1 energy. So for instance, all of our lights out cards that we started off with, we can just simply discard those and get 1 energy to be able to kind of buy some weak things starting off the game with. This is a race, therefore there is kind of a little bit of a first player advantage, and the way they've kind of countered that is, at the beginning of the game, whoever is the starting player is only going to start with 3 cards. Whoever is the second player starts off with 4 cards, the third player has 5, and the fourth player has 6 cards in their hand. It's only for that first starting hand, and then from there on out, every player is always going to redraw up to 5 cards. If we are, let's say, that purple player, a hand might look like this. So we might play this kitchen chores card that allows us to move 1 space on that track. So we're going to go over here, move 1 up there, and then also we have our new friend card that allows us to move 1 spot on the friendship path. So then we move there. We've landed on a spot that gives us a card. So we're going to draw another card from our deck. And then now, all we have left are those lights out cards. What we're going to do is we're simply just going to discard all of them in order to get 4 energy, which is 4 purchase power, and we can buy whatever we can afford. This free time card is a really great card for 4 energy. It says you can move up to 1 space on any one of the tracks, which is very flexible. Or maybe we want to buy some s'mores. S'mores gives us 2 energy from our cards. Otherwise, we can afford, let's say, this marshmallows. This is going to give us 2 of those snack bars. So we can buy whatever we can afford and put it into our deck. Let's grab a free time. Let's add that into our discard pile. And when we need to draw more cards, we're going to shuffle our discard pile back into our deck and draw those cards. And now our deck has those new, stronger cards in it. It's going to allow us to move faster, to buy more, to do whatever it takes to win the game. So really this game boils down to just being a race, trying to get your meeples across those paths as fast as possible in order to get the highest value badges. Also, you're going to get those participation and the all-star badges. And then you're also going to add in at the end of the game all the points that are on your cards as well in the bottom right. You're going to add all those points from all those different badges and cards, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins.
All right, before I talk about this game, I just want to know, let me know in the comments below if you went to a summer camp and a funny story from summer camp. I really want to hear from you. I feel like childhood memories, like stuff like this is the best. So please leave a comment below, and I'll let you know which one made me laugh the most. So just want to know. One of the things I really liked about this was that you could mix and match. Yes, the main part of the board is just to get your person across that line first. That's it. That's what you're trying to do. But the way you do that and how the different decks interact with each other and how they interact with themselves were different. It was pretty, it wasn't like they did the exact same thing. So I liked that you could kind of mix and match what you had and what you're going to do. Even the tiles you could rearrange and have a different road for all of that.
Yeah, this deck building, there's mixed with something else, obviously. So I like it when there's just a pure deck builder, right?
Yeah. Dominion,
I don't know, Star Realms, things like that. I like those kinds of games. At the same time, whenever the deck builder is able to add some other component, some other way to interact with the table, I enjoy that also. So Clank, for instance. Clank is a game where you have your little meeple, he's dungeon diving, he's going down as far as he can, get as many treasures as possible before he comes back up, but there might be a chance, where he's going to get caught by the dragon and die and leave all the treasures behind. That's very much, a stick mentality, in motivation. This uses something similar. You're just racing through trying to get to these badges as fast as possible. But it's much more a carrot motivation. You are going to get rewarded as you cross these various thresholds. If you get all three of them past a certain point, you're going to get points. If you can race one of them to the very end as fast as possible, you're going to get higher and higher rewards as well. So I like that you are having a deck building game with this movement as well, and it's very fun.
This game was fast. Super fast.
It's a race game.
And that's why it's fast. Like you're playing it and you're enjoying it, but it gets over quickly. But at the same time, I didn't feel like it was a waste to get it out. I didn't feel like we just set up the game and all of a sudden the game was over. I felt like it was fast in a really great way. People knew what they were wanting to do. You could move through the game, and it is that deck builder, but it's like a deck builder, like Ryan said, for the purpose. You're racing, so you're not just trying to get a certain amount of points. You can physically see what's happening on the board, and I really enjoyed that. It was just a perfect length. Like the amount of time that you wanted to play this game was kind of perfect.
And this has a lot of replayability. Bethany mentioned there's those 7 different decks that you can choose from. You're going to play with 3 of them each time. So you're going to be able to play and experience all the different matchups between those things, and they're all different each time. Also, the board is set up differently each time you play. There are the 9 different tiles that create the tracks. Those are all going to be different. And it's a deck builder, so just by the nature of shuffling cards around, things are going to come out in a different order each time you play. But on top of that, some games you don't even want to have replayability. It doesn't matter. You're not going to play a game 100 times anyway, so what does it matter? This game, because it is the right weight, it is the right amount of time, it's the right theming, and it's family friendly, you are going to play it a bunch of times probably, and you are going to experience a lot of different variations of the game, and you're not going to see a lot of repeats, and I like that a lot.
This game I thought about, and here's what I mean by that. When we were done playing this game, we played it a few times, I went to work, did my thing, and while I was at work, I was like, it'd be fun right now? Summer camp. And then I'd come home from work, and we'd be eating dinner, and I was telling Ryan, it'd be fun right now? Summer camp. We'd be going to play, we would go to play other games that we need to play because we need to talk about them and let you know all about the great games that are out there. You know what I think in the back of my mind? We could be playing summer camp right now. And so the fact that it was on my mind for such a long time, to me, is a sign of a really well-designed game, that it just was like a game worm. You know those earworms? It was a game worm.
That's a weird thing to say. It's a weird thing. You're a weird person. You're a weird cat.
That's fine.
I was worried this game was going to be a little bit too light for me. The theming of it was cute. It was unique. But the deck building, I wanted a more advanced deck building game, right? But what I found was it is light, but it's also very charming, and it's very accessible while still giving you some great decision points while you're deck building. This is a game that I see us playing every summer. We're gonna break this out with our kids every summer. It's got that great theming that's reminiscent of all of our, a lot of our summer memories from when we were kids growing up. It's all there, and they did a really great job designing this.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. Until then, you can find us in all of these places.
You guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.